Send to Central Pacific. What you got there? Yes, clear. Loud, clear. In the suspicious Pacific. 2423 live, we'll get them all. On the inside.
In the beginning, there was hunger, a gnawing, primal need, carving emptiness into the soul of every living thing. Hunger that does not discriminate. Hunger that knows no shame. When the fruits wither and the animals flee, only one feast remains. Flesh. Our own flesh. And we learned we could consume each other. Archaeologists uncover bones, cracked, shattered, boiled. Not by the clumsy hands of beasts, but by the precise cruelty of our ancestors. In the cold caves of El Sidron, in the ancient soils of France and Germany, early humans, Neanderthals, Homo sapiens alike, devoured the bodies of their kin. And this was no accident of violence. The patterns on the bones, butcher marks, boiling fractures, whisper the story of deliberate preparation. Not for sport, not for madness, but for survival. When the winds howled and the fields died, flesh became the only harvest left. Why we ate each other have visions of starved faces, tribal dances, sacred fires. Starvation was a cruel teacher. When mothers held their dying children, they did not choose death for both. They chose survival for one. When enemies fell on the battlefield, victors tore their bodies, believing they were drinking courage, eating valor. When lovers died, there were those who devoured their corpses, believing that digestion was a form of spiritual merging. A love that even death could not sever. Cannibalism was not born from cruelty. It was born from meaning, from fear, from reverence, from the aching will to continue. Cannibalism in nature, a mirror, food edge, mother polar bears, frogs, jaguars, spiders. Cannibalism is not alien to nature. It is stitched into the fabric of life itself. Jaguar mothers have been seen devouring their newborns. Polar bears, majestic proud, eat their young when the ice melts and the seals vanish. Sharks, crocodiles, frogs, spiders, all reported eating their own kind, sometimes out of hunger, sometimes out of instinct, sometimes out of blind, mechanical survival. In nature, cannibalism is a strategy, a brutal equation of energy and chance. It does not tremble with guilt. It does not pause in horror. But in humans, the story takes a darker turn. We alone ask why. We alone dress our hungers in ritual, in myth, in shame. Cannibalism among humans is not one monolithic horror. It's endocannibalism, eating the dead of one's own community. Mourning through the flesh, a desperate attempt to keep the departed within the living. To eat the heart of a mother, the brain of a chief, was to carry their spirit forward. Exocannibalism, eating enemies. Humiliation, domination, the brutal theft of power. Victory not just over the body, but over the soul. Survival cannibalism, born from the last scream of desperation. When the world becomes an endless, empty desert, human flesh is no longer sacred. It is food. Ritual cannibalism, sacred ceremonies where consuming another was a doorway to the divine, where blood and bone became offerings to unseen gods. Necrocannibalism, feeding not on the living, but on the already dead. Mercy twisted into hunger. Each variation reveals something unspeakable about us. Each one pulls back the veil on the monster lurking beneath the skin. There is a theory, whispered among anthropologists and forensic biologists, that human flesh is easier for our bodies to digest than the meat of foreign species. Our enzymes recognize it. Our stomachs understand it. Our blood welcomes the blood of its own kind. This is not just savagery, it is biology. The ultimate betrayal our bodies were made to eat ourselves. In the burning madness of the witch trials, the accusations always spiraled into flesh. Women were said to feast on infants, to brew human bone into potions, to bake children into pies offered to Satan. The fear of witches was not just the fear of magic. It was the ancient primal terror. The memory of mothers eating their own, the shadow of feasts in the famine. By burning women, they were trying to burn away their own monstrous reflection. In the frozen hell of the Sierra Nevada, the Donner Party turned knives upon the dead. In the shattered ruins of besieged cities, human bones littered hearths where once families sang. In the secret prisons of the world, there were doctors who dissected the living and tasted what they found. When civilization crumbles, the thin mask falls away, revealing teeth stained in kin blood. Today, cannibalism wears a suit. It walks past you in the supermarket. It clicks agree to the terms and conditions. Stories leak out of men meeting in chat rooms, promising one another the ultimate surrender. Flesh for flesh, death for hunger. In sterile apartments behind manicured lawns, the old hunger stirs. Civilization is not a cure. It is camouflage. We call ourselves human because it spares us the truth. We think ourselves wise, yet our teeth remember what our minds try to forget. We are not kings of the earth. We are simply the hungriest beasts to ever walk it. And when the final hunger comes, we will feast once again upon ourselves.